I'm Ryan King.
I'm Cody Gibbs.
And this is Every Yard.
Today we're going to be giving our own opinions, our own take on what teams benefited the most from the offseason. It's got better as a team.
Now these are our opinions, so do not get offended, but let's start.
Alright, so this is our top five teams. And my number 5, I'll go ahead and start with the Arizona Cardinals. I feel like they're a really strong team. I feel like they have a good chance to go to the Super Bowl this year, for the most part. I mean, they didn't lose anybody too big. They're getting close to a Tyrann Mathieu extension.
They got Chandler Jones.
They got Evan Mathis, free agency. That's one that not a lot of people talk about. And he was a solid. I mean, he helped. He led that O-line to the Super Bowl. I mean, that O-line. He was an anchor. But I mean, I feel like they're a very, very strong team, and they really benefited. And then they got an absolute steal in Ndici in the draft. I feel he's a defensive.
Yeah, if he doesn't get arrested.
Yeah, I forgot about that part.
Mm.
But I feel like he's a steal. He could go for a defensive rookie of the year.
Yeah.
All right, so let's hear your number 5. Wait, do you have anything against mine? All right, let's hear your number 5.
My number 5 is the New York Giants. Now, they got a lot of veteran free agents who are about average quality to pretty good quality. They got a lot of them, but they definitely overpaid for all of them.
Janoris Jenkins.
Eli Apple they got in the draft, so they have 3 pretty strong corners, even though they lost Prince Amukamara. I think Damon Harrison is going to be their biggest free agent pickup, with Janoris Jenkins, and then Olivier Vernon being a little bit of a disappointment considering his contract.
Yeah, you pay him like he's going to be the best ever at that position.
Yeah.
I mean, that's. Then you look at the NBA contracts and hey, what the heck. Yeah, I see. What are you going to do about linebacker, though?
Linebacker, they'll worry about that later.
Yeah, it's weak. It's weak.
Yep.
But yeah, they had a good offseason. Argue against that. Alright. So my number 4 team, I got the Philadelphia Eagles. I feel that Chip Kelly was, I've said it for a long time, he's a complete mistake for them. I feel like he implemented some stuff that were pretty up. I mean, obviously the hurry up offense with that first year with Vic was effective with T-Shawn, but then he just, getting rid of LeSean McCoy, the issues, that was a big, I think that's a big.
And Deshaun.
And Deshaun. That was already telling he was falling. And then overpaying hugely for Byron Maxwell. But this offseason, they completely turned that around. They got traded away to Marco Murray. I'm surprised the Titans were able to get it off. Gave Maxwell and Alonzo to the Dolphins. You know, we got rid of linemen, but they got some too. They got Brandon Brooks, a very good young offensive lineman from the Texans. They got Carson. Can't forget about Carson Wentz.
Quarterback of the future.
Yep, QB of the future. Probably pushed into a starting role this year sometime.
They don't want him to.
They don't want him to, but so Bradford doesn't get hurt. Then you got
Chase Daniel.
Yep.
MVP.
They also got they got Rodney McLeod.
Yep.
Free agency. That was pretty effective. And then obviously Fletcher Cox. That's probably the biggest one. Just being able to re-sign him. He's worth that money. I'm telling you. He's a beast. But all right.
As long as their offense can get going, then they'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna do a running back.
My number 4, we have the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee Titans got DeMarco Murray. They got Derrick Henry. They got Tony Jefferson from the Cardinals. They had a very good draft. They got a lot of players. Jack Conklin. They got the cornerback.
Did they get Jefferson? I thought they got the other safety.
No, they got Jefferson. And That's going to help Marcus Mariota. It's another year for Dorial Green Beckham. They got Rashard Matthews. They got
Kevin
some
Dodd.
cornerbacks.
Kevin
Kevin Dodd.
He'll be great.
It's going to help that pass rush across from Brian Orakpo and Jero Casey, who is one of the most underrated defensive linemen in the league. And another year with him is another year where you can get a really good player. Yeah. They traded away Zach Mettenberger. I'm not totally sure who their backup quarterback is, but they got Marcus Mariota, and that's all that really matters.
Yeah, if he stays healthy like last year. We'll see.
Alright, what's your number 3?
Number 3, they didn't splash or anything, but I got the Minnesota Vikings. They didn't lose anybody really. I mean, any quality star, they didn't lose anybody. They were able to re-sign Harrison Smith, which is absolutely huge for them. I mean, probably the most underrated safety in the entire NFL. I mean, really. How he got paid, didn't get paid. Like, he was underrated. But, I mean, he is everywhere. They got Andre Smith, help that tackle position. I mean, Matt Khalil came up last year, so, I mean, they got a couple tackles. Phil Little comes back completely healthy.
Yeah, Alex Boone.
Yeah, nice little competition. Him at guard, plug him right in. I keep forgetting. I mean, they got what's his name? Receiver in the draft, Treadwell.
Yeah,
they got
Twan Treadwell.
That goes down. I mean, in my opinion, you obviously have Jared Goff going to the Rams. I mean, that's big. This is like that. I feel like this is something they need. This is something that will make them. That could have come to make them a contender, because they did not have. I mean, I love Stefan Diggs. I love him. This is legitimate for them. I mean, this can give them a real chance, and I feel they're getting ready for a run. Bush. All right, so what's your number 3?
My number 3, I have the Houston Texans. Now, they may have lost a little bit on their offensive line, but their offensive acquisitions this offseason to go along with what they already had on the team is going to be phenomenal. They actually have a quarterback who learned from Peyton Manning, and although the jury is still out on how well he will perform, he did pretty good in limited work last year.
People are complaining about his contract. I mean, he got paid like a quarterback's going to get paid nowadays.
He got paid like a starting
look
quarterback.
Look at Chase Daniel. I mean, he didn't start. He hasn't started recently in Kansas City because of Alex Smith. I mean, he got paid $12 million a year. It's just how it goes nowadays. DeAndre
Hopkins arguably being one of the top 5 top 5 wide receivers in the league, getting receptions from Brock Osweiler. They got Jalen Strong, who's going to be in his 2nd year, so hopefully he doesn't get arrested.
Yeah, you can't forget about Lamar Miller.
They got Lamar Miller,
He's going to be huge for them. I think he's going to be the best
one. Who rarely ever got over 20 carries last season, even though he averaged plenty yards per carry. It's just very underutilized.
I think he's going to be good.
They got Zach Martin's brother in the draft, right?
Yeah, they got Will Fuller.
They got Will Fuller
Speedster.
as well as Braxton Miller. They got Will Fuller. You said that?
Yeah, they got both. They got Will Fuller and Braxton.
They got both of them.
Pretty strong. I mean, stronger than already their defense is.
J.J. Watt. That's the defense.
People are saying Davion Clowney's going to have his year this year. I mean, it's been saying that every year. But I hope so. It's a good player.
And I feel like our number 2s are going to be the same.
Yeah, there's no way they're not. I mean, I'll go ahead and say my number 2.
All right.
The Oakland Raiders.
Oakland Raiders. I agree.
Yeah. I mean, is that yours?
Yep. Yeah. Let's see what they got. They got.
I mean, they
Kalichi Osemele.
I mean, he can do everything for you. He's gonna just
guard, center, and tackle.
I mean, he can pass block, he can run block, and he will knock you on your butt. Huh?
I also got Bruce Irvin.
He's a speedster. He's
fast. He's underutilized in Seattle. He can rush the passer. He can do zone coverage.
Carl Joseph, very, very agile. He's I think he'll be a good safety.
Yep, he's a good back end.
Yep.
You got Sean Smith. Who is like the first quarterback they've actually had in a while. Sorry, cornerback they've actually had in a while.
Yeah, and that corner position, that was a big help. Yeah, really. Let's see.
You get Connor Cook in the fourth, fifth round. That's a steal.
That's an
If Derek Carr ever did go down, they've got a nice backup.
Yeah, but the Raiders, I mean, they didn't really lose anybody. I mean,
No.
Charles Woodson.
That was Charles Woodson, who is a legend. But they got Carl Joseph, who's a little bit younger. And I think they're only going up from here. I could see them going into the wild card, possibly.
I really could. They are, and then Derek Carr is just progressing every year.
Yep, Derek Carr.
I mean, him and Amari Cooper. Michael Crabtree, I mean, honestly, he's good. No, you didn't expect that last year.
No.
That was a great season.
Not coming from the 49ers.
Right.
Player from the 49ers being good?
I know how much you like Colin Kaepernick.
Oh, no.
Alright,
Let's not start on that.
Obviously, our number one.
Our number one is obviously
The Jacksonville
New England
Jaguars.
Patriots.
Get
No.
outta here.
Okay, it's the Jaguars. Now, the Jaguars completely overloaded their defense, as well as getting Chris Ivory.
I mean, I don't even know where to start with them. I don't know. I think they have 8 new starters. I mean,
Something crazy
something
like
like
that.
that.
Let's look at what they got.
All of them are quality. It's not like crap. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Deshaun Gibson.
They got Dante Fowler back, even though he never actually played, so I can't really say back because his first.
See, I don't know if I'm gonna really put that, but I mean, just because of the run already going on with these players, I'm just gonna put them. Yeah, keep them in there anyway with this offseason. I mean,
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like they did anything to get him back. They didn't get him injured.
Okay, well, I'm just saying he's back.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
They got Prince Amukamara, who, although their cornerbacks were really weak last year, Prince Amukamara is definitely going to be an upgrade.
I think he's a well-rounded corner. He's not great at one thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's, even if he may not be a Pro Bowl corner, All-Pro, I think can get the job done.
He's good enough.
He's good enough.
He'll start.
Anything almost is an upgrade for that team.
Definitely.
I mean, after the corners last year, I think we probably had 4 starting outside corners, different ones.
Yep.
5 maybe. I don't know. It was bad. I mean, they had obviously Jalen Ramsey.
Jalen Ramsey in the draft. That's
absolutely huge.
They got really, in reality, 2 first-round talents this year in the first and second round.
Yeah.
Miles Jack and Jalen Ramsey.
Miles Jack is, I don't know how they got him. That's crazy.
That is a stroke of genius.
They don't have to worry about the injury. He'll be back.
Yeah.
He'll be back.
I heard he doesn't even need surgery anymore. That's the.
He's gonna.
And Jalen Ramsey's back from his torn, whatever he had. He's back. He's okay.
Something with his leg.
He's gonna play this year. Also, you can't
Malik
underrate Malik Jackson at all.
Big contract, but I mean
he was a big reason that they were in the Super Bowl. The Broncos, that is.
And obviously, his playoff performance was insane.
Yes.
A good inside presence.
To go along with Dante Fowler on the outside. That's
one thing I really like about them. Their team is so young.
You can't forget Deshaun Gibson.
Yeah.
Underrated safety from the Browns. And even though it's the Browns, he's probably one of the He was one of the Browns' best players.
Yeah, last year was a little bit of a fall off, but I mean, he had like 8 interceptions the year before, I think.
Right.
And he's a pretty speedy player. But one thing position I like to look at, even though it wasn't an upgrade for them, I just like to look when I think of a team, looking at Telvin Smith, just his development as a player.
Yes.
He's just turning into a stud. That team is dangerous. They are so young. The team's.
He's gonna go beautifully along with Miles Jack.
Yep.
Even though Dan Skuta was arrested, I don't really care much for him.
And then also, I mean, one other pickup you can't even forget about is Chris Ivory. I think a lot of people are saying it's obviously going to take away a few carries from TJ Yeldon.
It's supposed to be goal line carries.
I see that, but I don't think it's going to affect. I think it'll be perfect.
Right.
It's a perfect fit for Ivory. It's a perfect situation for Yeldon.
Mm. Right. Now, it's just not a perfect situation for fantasy football because you lose 2 starters from last year.
Yep. As
they're going to be in a backfield by committee, potentially.
So, I mean, if you want those touchdowns, Ivory's going to be your guy.
Right.
Well,
that's our top 5 off seasons. Hope you enjoyed. Comment, subscribe. you want.
Please.
He's begging. I'm not gonna beg. Okay.